moment. It's all title matches from this point on. Ultra J title is next on CWF Worldwide.
Criminal, you're a criminal. The way you make me feel. Animal, you're an animal. You can't be saved. Physical, you're so physical. I love your wicked ways. Criminal, your love is criminal. Steal me away. Summer nights, starry skies.
After tonight, it will be.
Are you ready? That's you. He doesn't stand a chance, Grant. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. There's only room for one Ethan, and that's me. I'm better than you at everything you ever know. I'm the sharpest and the richest man on the CWF. I'm the Iron Man. Look at the outfit. I am the Iron Man.
Lot of trash talking, Cecil Scott. It is all championship matches from here on out at Battlecade 16, and the Ultra J Championship is about to kick off. Cecil Scott, I'm going to put you on the spot. Does Ethan Sharpe have a chance, or is he, as Ethan Case and this crowd has called him, a joke?
Honestly, yeah, he's got a chance. He's never mind, I take it all back. No chance.
Sharpe! Oh, Sharpe is already on the defensive, just moments. Ethan Case in recent weeks has been utilizing the sharpshooter, no pun intended.
I bet it is.
And if you joined us last Tuesday night on the Battlecade kickoff, Ethan Case vowed to not only successfully defend his title, but to make Ethan Alexander Sharpe tap out.
He usually fulfills his promises, and tonight it's a historic battle of the Ethans in Extreme Warfare. I mean, at Battlecade.
True story. HHG Corporation still owes Corey Edge $20 for that Extreme Warfare Volume 2 tape that he ordered and it never came.
I absolutely believe that.
I should have got it from Markout Video instead. Uh-oh. Oh!
Can we just talk about Ethan Sharpe's gear for a minute?
Well, he is the Iron Man. He set the longevity record in the CWF Rumble.
That robe he came out in, he looked like Scrooge McDuck.
He has some Scrooge McDuck tendencies.
Tis the season. He did try to steal Christmas.
To be quite honest with you, and Ethan Case may roast him like a Christmas duck.
Well, I want to back up, kind of on your point earlier. He's taking a lot of punishment, but we've seen Ethan Sharpe take a lot of punishment and kind of find ways to turn things around.
Absolutely.
He's very, he's got a lot of ingenuity.
He really does, you're right.
That's the best way to put it.
Back at the Tornado Cibernetico, he did defeat not only Ethan Case, the current Ultra J champion, but he also eliminated Lance Lude, the previous Ultra J champion. In a span of about 5 minutes, Ethan Alexander Sharpe did pin 2 former Ultra J champions in that Tornado Cibernetico.
He absolutely did, and we saw at Ultimate Survivor he more than held his own, and it was a couple weeks after that with Trevor Lee more than held his own in that tag team match.
Oh my God. Yeah, he has been beaten up a lot this past year. There's no two ways about that. But, we've talked about this before, Cecil Scott, that there's something about Ethan Sharpe, he stood in the middle of the ring in the Sportatorium and he called out Ethan Case for this title match, and the people laughed at him.
Right.
Literally. They laughed in his face. There's something about a man, anyone, who, when you state your hopes, your dreams, your goals in life, and people laugh at you, it may be the strongest motivating factor there is to do better, to fight harder. And we may see an Ethan Alexander Sharpe that we've never seen before tonight.
Right, and how many people 25 years ago laughed when Buster Douglas challenged for the heavyweight championship? How many people thought the Carolina Panthers would be undefeated? You know, in athletics, it's rife with stories like this. And when people think you're a joke, it motivates you to do great things.
Is Ethan Alexander Sharpe for real?
Oh, he keeps coming back like that, then yes.
Case has had an iron grip on this championship for 14 months now, ever since he knocked out Lance Lude in his CWF Mid-Atlantic debut. Sharpe, undeniably, Sharpe is in the biggest match of his life right now.
Yes, he is, and he's taking a lot of punishment, but he is hanging in. You know, sometimes you just got to weather the storm. You know, as they say, you stay the course and something eventually opens up. And it's a pretty slick armbar he's got here.
Good Lord.
Case will have a power edge.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
Good thinking on the part of Sharpe. Great thinking.
And you know what? You know who I see a lot of? I won't put him on that same level talent-wise, but you know he trains with Coach Gemini.
Yes, he does.
You know he's going to be training with Roy Wilkins.
Absolutely. At times I've heard rumblings of Roy Wilkins being almost like a personal tutor to Ethan Alexander Sharpe.
I told
right, and you see a
I'm
lot
the
of that
only
in the way he tries to turn matches around.
Wilkins, of course, is one of the 6 who will vie for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, the richest prize in the land, next Wednesday night.
My pick, by the way.
Roy Wilkins is your pick?
He is my pick.
It could be his night. We've got 4 huge championship matches for you tonight. And then next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Manawa time, 7 p.m. Meltzer time, 11 a.m. for Kelly Skater in Japan, and 1 p.m. for our girl Sarah in Australia. We will have the Battlecade main event in its completion, in its entirety. The 6-pack challenge 1 week from tonight on CWF Worldwide.
Imagine being on Monterey time. All the shows start an hour late.
Well, that happens most places but CWF, to be honest with you.
True. I meant television shows, but we've done enough Omega shows.
Sharpe.
Wait, let's just lay off.
Whoa, brother.
This is
Sharpe is,
if Sharpe blows this, I'm gonna be so mad at him.
oh!
The crab walk elbow.
Oh!
Shades of Granadiwa.
He's still up there. He's still holding on.
Oh, and Ethan Case will not get crabs tonight.
Go sit down.
I am sitting down.
Go sit in the back. Get Andrew Everett out here. Go sit in the back.
Look, somebody had to get crabs.
Well, Richards has already wrestled, so.
Beat me to it. Ethan Sharpe. Oh, eats the elbow.
There's no denying that Sharpe is outclassed against Ethan Case, a 10-year veteran who's wrestled all over the region and all over the country. But does he have that fighter's chance?
Oh my God, what a missile drop kick.
He does have that excellent uppercut that we have seen knock people, including Chet Sterling, out before.
Absolutely. Everybody has that puncher's chance, even in a figurative sense.
Figuratively or literally.
He does.
As Ethan Case showed us against Lance Lude, it only takes a couple of seconds.
With that said, Case, yes, has every physical advantage you can think of right now.
Sharpshooter? No.
But Sharpe, he is so motivated. Oh, there it is. Uppercut.
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
Man, he is in a fetal position.
1, 2, 2.
Man, I thought he had him.
Count of 2, and so many mouths were open in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, thinking that Ethan Alexander Sharpe was about to become the Ultra J champion.
And how fitting would that have been for Case to lose it the same way he wanted?
To lose it by knockout.
Getting cold cocked by a punch. Pepsi twist?
No, sir. Rolling reverse, no, sir. Oh, Eaton! No, he avoids it!
Oh, smart move.
He had to! That's what... Oh! And back to the arm!
Oh, yes, a Fujiwara armbar. And by the way, he told me that's not the Pepsi twist, it's the Perrier twist. He's got that Fujiwara armbar sunk in, and he's not really that close to the ropes.
Oh, man.
He's got a scoop. Now look at Sharpe. Look at Sharpe.
Sharpe is wrestling the match of his life. Will it be enough, though?
He saw Case turning his feet to the ropes, and he turned him the other way.
The teachings of men... Oh, shoulders down! The teachings of men like Roy Wilkins are paying dividends for the richest and sharpest man in the building. But this crowd is still 1,000,000% behind the Ultra J champion.
They are, but if you came into this thinking this kid was a joke, you definitely have had to have changed your tune by now.
He has had the Ultra J champion, the man that has dominated this division for 14 months. Case, Sharpe has had him on the ropes for a number of minutes now, and he's going to work on that arm, man.
You know what, I can kind of relate in a lot of ways to Ethan Sharpe, somebody who doesn't really have the physical tools. You find a way. You do what you got to do.
Gonna go for that crab walk again.
He's holding on to the arm this time.
He's putting pressure on the wrist. Oh, Case.
A little too much showboat.
Yes, sir. Sharpe may be out of it. Sharpe shooter.
Oh, it is sunk in deep.
Sharpe shooter. Crowd wants the tap, and it's over.
But you know what? Even in defeat, Ethan Sharpe with one hell of a showing here.
Absolutely. He silenced a lot of critics. Whether anybody likes it or not, that young man silenced a lot of critics. But Ethan Case, 14 months into a historic title reign, rolls on as the Pro Wrestling International Ultra J champion.
10 minutes, 21 seconds. Your winner, and still PWI International Ultra J Crown Champion, Ethan Case.
There's a big bad man. There is a big bad man headed to the ring, Cecil Scott. And look at this, a meeting between the two PWI champions, the Ultra J champion, Ethan Case, the International Heavyweight champion, Zane Dawson, nose to nose and face to face.
What a stare down.
Tense moment between these two.
Please welcome your PWI International Heavyweight Champion, Zane Dawson! International Heavyweight Championship for one fall. With a 30-minute time limit. Your challenger tonight, Ric Converse. Following is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the Pro Wrestling International Heavyweight Championship. I'm going home with it. Introducing first, fighting out of Yonkers, New York, by way of the Port City. He is the winner of the 2013 CWF Rumble. He is the two-time Pro Wrestling International Heavyweight Champion. It ain't going nowhere. Zane! It ain't going nowhere. Dawson! It ain't going nowhere. I'm the one around here now, man. And his opponent is a six-time Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. He is a World Tag Team Champion and a World Heavyweight Champion. Welcome back to Battlecade, Ric Converse. Get it out there. Put it out there. Let's keep it simple. Put it out there. Are you ready? Zane, are you ready? Ring the bell.
Oh, here we go! Oh, and they are fighting already. Zane Dawson, much like Ethan Case, has had a grip on the PWI Championship for, what, almost 2 years now.
Right, save for a brief period when Helms won it back.
Dawson charges. Woo, Converse up and over, Converse!
Man, Converse looks great.
First singles match in 1 calendar year for Ric Converse. First one-on-one match in 365 days. Cecil Scott, you can attest, no amount of cardio in the world readies you for stepping back in that ring.
You're absolutely right. As Converse comes off with a big blow, I mean, I'm obviously in nowhere near the league of a Ric Converse, but when you don't wrestle for that amount of time, it is hard. It's not so much cardio, it's your timing. You lose your timing a little bit. And I think that's why Ric Converse is kind of going for a fast start here. And as you said, it's his first singles match. He was in the Rumble, however.
It was 1 year ago tonight at Battlecade that Converse fought Arik Royal to decide who once and for all was the ace of CWF Mid-Atlantic. Royal won the matchup. Converse's life changed forever. He stepped out of the ring, basically almost in the shadows. He was a figure who would appear every so often at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, spoke no words until finally he addressed Zane Dawson. He addressed Arik Royal, men like Trevor Lee and Brad Attitude. Converse said that for years, CWF Mid-Atlantic had been his city. But now, he trusted it in the hands of men like Arik Royal, Trevor Lee, and Brad Attitude. Specifically, Ric Converse said he wanted to move on from his city and move on to the world, as in the International Heavyweight Championship that is being decided right now at Battlecade 16.
Right, and if you want to talk about somebody who, if you could name a Mr. Battlecade, it would be Ric Converse.
Positively undefeated at this event for a number of years. 6-time Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. He has main evented Battlecade more times than any other human being on the planet. And this is a huge fight for both men.
Oh, and Converse has taken approximately 100% of this match so far.
Everything we talked about last week about the riot, it all came from Zane Dawson, marching into this room saying he would tear CWF down. Oh, Converse needs to buckle. It all came from Zane Dawson marching into CWF Mid-Atlantic and saying that he would tear it down.
And he means it.
Converse was CWF Mid-Atlantic's protector, its defender for so many years. And now he has the chance, perhaps, to kick the man who started this whole thing in the backside and send him out the door.
Right, and I don't think anybody would shed a tear. And Dawson, when he turns a match around, he does so like nobody else.
Huge headbutt. He's got Converse by the ears. You pick a man up by the ears, he's gonna come with you.
Yeah, he is. And can you imagine being headbutted by Zane Dawson? He's got a head like a typewriter.
You know the rules. I'm here to enforce them. I'm the referee. Disqualified there.
Yeah, I think we just found the story right there. Dawson, I don't think he would care if he got DQ'd.
Well, you know, we saw it last week with brother Dave Dawson. He would have rather walked out with the loser's share of the purse than stay and fight Aaron Biggs any longer.
Right, and Will Zane do the same if he's in the same position?
Crossbody, Converse, center of the ring, 2-2. These Dawson boys, Lude. We invite you to check out our newest affiliate, Nova Pro Wrestling, at VA Wrestling on Twitter, the newest affiliate of Pro Wrestling International. Visit PWIPro.com for all the affiliate events. Dawson is the kingpin of the entire PWI organization. He defends his crown against Converse.
I'm the man around here.
And he just said it. Oh, he crushed him. Cover. 2-2.
Man, Converse still fighting it. I heard a real tosser runs Nova Pro, by the way. But Converse, you got a 300-pounder laying on you, hitting you with splashes when you haven't wrestled in a year. And it's the easiest way to sap whatever strength and cardio you had.
Absolutely. Dawson, in the time that he has been offense, he has not exerted very much energy at all. Cover again, another one. 1, 2. He's been laying on Converse. He's been crushing Converse. He's been falling on Converse. Dawson has not exerted very much energy at all on this uncharacteristically hot December night in North Carolina. Dawson has wrestled, the times that he's been on offense, Dawson has been almost perfect thus far.
Yeah. He took some stuff at the beginning of the match. Converse came in with a lot of fire. He weathered every bit of it.
Dawson going to the second rope. He almost like he's calling for that lariat off the second rope. It's not really the lariat if you can't get a running start. He tripped the leg. That's good thinking from Converse. Both men are down.
Man, and Dawson may have blown out his knee there.
He may have. First man to his feet will have a huge advantage. First man to his feet will have a huge advantage in this heavyweight slugfest. And I think you're right. The feet of Zane Dawson got caught up in the body of Converse, and he is clutching that knee.
Right, and you got 300 pounds coming down on that knee in the first place, and when you kind of land awkwardly like he did, the Converse is the first man up.
Yes, he is. Ooh, back elbow. Converse will bring hurting bombs to Zane Dawson. Inverted atomic drop.
And you'll definitely feel that, my friend.
Yes, sir. All the way up and down the spine. Converse with the forearm sends Dawson down. Cover. 2. Excuse me. He got 2. One beat ahead of the official there.
You were just excited, man.
Very excited. I would love to see the story of Ric Converse come full circle, and he once again affirmed himself as the man in CWF Mid-Atlantic and all of PWI. Caught him!
Almost a black hole slam there.
2. Almost a black hole, but man, Dawson is so big and so strong.
And you take into account the sweat and the fatigue, and he nearly slipped out. He's strong cradle.
Stacking his weight on the shoulders. Good move. 2.
You go back to the wrestling moves when you're in these late stages.
Absolutely. Crowd is still 100% behind the 6-time former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, Ric Converse. Converse may call back to the Converse All-Star elbow. He may have something new.
It's been a while since we've seen that elbow. Dawson's gonna go ahead and make his own statement on that.
We'll never know at this point. Dawson scaling the ropes. Man, there's a buzz in this room, Cecil Scott.
There is.
It's almost like a Japanese crowd. There's an energy and a buzz in this room, but they are intently watching who will win this title fight. Cover! Oh, good Lord, you heard him. He sucked him right in the jaw. Cover! 1, 2, no! Dave Dawson with the foot of Converse. Oh, Robbie Walsh has got to use discretion here. No one wants to see the DQ. The Dawsons would rather lose dirty than try to win it clean.
Whoa! Zane won't let him call for the bell.
Oh, good Lord, what is going on here?
Well, if we didn't have a DQ before, we damn sure should have one now.
Robbie Walsh was about to call for the DQ. Zane Dawson, with his brother's help, is going to try to win it here. Good Lord, this thing is falling apart before our very eyes.
Oh, no. He's holding him in place. He's going to split him here.
Good Lord. Converse, it is 2-on-1.
Oh, boy!
Andrew Everett is in the ring. Double duck. Double play.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord, this crowd is coming alive. Lariat, no, sir.
Andrew Everett. Converse is a new PWI heavyweight champion.
Ric Converse, his first singles match.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall, and the new PWI International Heavyweight Champion, Ric Converse!
In his first singles match in 1 calendar year, Ric Converse scales back to the top of the mountain. And in his first singles match in 1 calendar year, dare I say, Cecil Scott, that tonight at Battlecade 16, Ric Converse may very well have brought the Pro Wrestling International Heavyweight Championship back to the family.
See how I'm coming more like off my hip? Right? You were like if this arm's going up on lunch here. The little things that makes you money. It's the little things that make people talk about you. No matter what, it's still gonna hurt.
Tonight, the coach is going to have all the championships. We got a tag team title shot coming up next. Kazi, listen to me. I have a huge cash bonus in my hand that will be yours if you follow the plan. And the plan is to bring championship gold into my trophy case.
That's right.
So what's going to happen right now? You get to pick your partner tonight for the tag team title shot. But what you're going to do is you're going to say, Coach is going to pick my partner tonight. Because I have somebody in mind and they're ready. So, Kazi, you tell all these people who your tag team partner's going to be. Right now, the coach will not choose my partner. My partner is Xsiris. What is going on? I don't think who is supposed to be in the game first.
Former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions reunite. The speculation in the weeks leading up to this night, Cecil Scott, was would Kazi honor the coach's wishes or defy the coach? He has been under the coach's thumb for 6 months now, and tonight at the biggest night of the year, he may just have the chance to get out of this contract with the coach if he and Xsiris, decorated champions, leave Battlecade the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions. But to do it, Cecil Scott, they've got a tall, tall mountain to climb.
Why would he just toss the coach?
Wait, referee Eric Foster has tossed the coach?
Man, the match hasn't even started. Whoa, he's kicking dirt on him and everything else.
Eric Foster has ejected the coach from ringside. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think Snooty's going to get him out of here.
Oh boy, he may need to. Snooty Fox, head of security Snooty Fox, has had his problems with the coach and Champy in recent weeks. Coach is not leaving. Oh God, he's in his arms like a bear hug. He just shoved Coach through the ropes.
Now does Champy got to go too?
I think he goes wherever the coach goes.
There's a joke in this.
It's gonna be 2-on-2 for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles. Coach will not be a factor.
And presumably neither will Champy.
Welcome your champions, Arik Royal, Kandrack. The challengers tonight.
Xsiris! Oh no!
The champions are looking very confident, Cecil Scott.
And why wouldn't they be?
When you're two of the baddest men walking into the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, you can be confident.
You knock off one of the best tag champions we've ever had in a classic match, yeah, you're going to be confident.
If you have not seen the Tag Team Title Classic between Royal and Kandrack against Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling from a few weeks back on CWF Worldwide, as soon as this broadcast is over, go back and watch it. One of the leading Match of the Year contenders for 2015. And Cecil Scott, speaking of Match of the Year, I just realized we have got 4 former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champions in this tag team title contest.
Absolutely.
4 men who have headlined Battlecade in the past. Xsiris, for years and years, was the most decorated champion in CWF history. By virtue of winning the Johnny Weaver Cup tournament earlier this year, Roy Wilkins surpassed him. Wilkins, the only Grand Slam champion in CWF history. But all 4 of these men, 4 of the most decorated champions we have ever seen.
And we've got 4 men who have just been in one classic match after another over their 10 years in CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Oh, absolutely.
It is really 4 of the greats of all time in this promotion. And I think we're going to have a very spirited contest.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the big night of the year, and nobody, I mean nobody, wants to be left out. Nobody wants to be left in the dirt, in the dust. Nobody wants to be left behind. Everybody wants to grab headlines here at Battlecade 16.
And this is a matchup with a lot of history right here. Xsiris and Arik Royal. These two, honestly, Xsiris. Arik Royal took his first stab at a major championship.
Absolutely. Royal won the CWF Rumble when Xsiris was the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. He cashed in that title shot.
It came up short.
It came up short. Excuse me, it was the first time for the Weaver Cup. It was the first of 2 Weaver Cup wins for Arik Royal. So many credentials among all these men.
And right now, a lot of feeling out. It's kind of, for both of these guys, a different animal than what they faced 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Arik Royal, of course, a much more seasoned pro now and a much more well-conditioned pro. Xsiris kind of left a lot of his old ways behind. A lot of the underhanded tactics he was known for. And at the same time, he has not been as active as we've touched on many times. But as we've seen many times, he doesn't let that hold him back.
Absolutely correct.
We've got a stalemate here in the corner. Both men still jockeying for position. Royal went for that big chop, and Xsiris, he may still have a quickness edge here. Xsiris always been a very big junior heavyweight.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's even bigger now. This is a young man that's in tremendous shape and a battle-tested veteran is Xsiris.
And look at his jockey position, almost like if you see like Olympic Greco-Roman style, all above the waist type stuff. Drop down. Royal goes high. Leapfrog. Xsiris ducks down. Royal went for another.
Did not get it. Did not get anything.
And the Xsiris Kazi team does still have an experience edge, even though it's kind of negligible at this point. Oh, God.
That was awkward. Royal may be hurt. Royal had no control of his body. Xsiris had it all there. And Royal is peeved.
And,
Kandrack regrouping the team in the corner.
Right, and we've seen this a few times. He kind of brings things back around. I've talked about, you know, a guy like Elijah Evans IV before being a glue guy. Ric Kandrack fits that mold. And these two are no strangers themselves.
Not at all.
It was, if I recall, it was Kamakazi Kid where Ric Kandrack won his first heavyweight championship. So far, his only championship.
Absolutely. I believe, actually, it was the second event in this venue, in this version of the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. The very second night in this building, Kandrack became the champion.
I may have dipped my hands in that one a little bit, but that's neither. That's all under the bridge.
Cheap shots, cousin.
Man, Ric Kandrack, he is a very undercover trash talker. A lot of people don't realize Kandrack, he will talk to you while he's beating you up.
Yes, he will.
Up close and personal for many years.
Absolutely correct.
And drop a little more knowledge, a little nugget of info, a little history. Kazi is actually one of the men that trained Ric Kandrack here in the dojo many years ago. He trained myself and Kandrack, along with, oddly enough, the coach at the time. That was a long time ago.
It really was.
And so, needless to say, there's an innate knowledge of all four of these men. Oh, and Kazi hits as hard as anybody. Don't let the size fool you. Oh, Kandrack catches him. Uranagi, no sir. Kazi slips out and goes low. He took out the knee. Kazi low bridged and took out that knee. And that could definitely end up being the story here.
Yes, it could. Take these big men off their feet, and it absolutely disables their ability. It greatly disables their ability to beat you up.
Right, these are men that like to throw you with suplexes and power slams. And they rely a lot on explosiveness, especially in Arik Royal. But if Kandrack can't get his mass moving, he becomes very ineffectual at times.
No way.
Ooh, huge suplex from Xsiris.
Right here.
Man, Kandrack's hurt. There's a cover.
Two, only got two.
Oh, Kandrack, he needed that tag, and he was just a little short.
Yes, he did. He needed it desperately, and it was not there. Four former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champions, four battle-tested veterans in this matchup for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship. First time in 6 months for the Kamakazi Kid to be in a matchup that the coach has no influence over, no effect over. Coach promised him a huge cash bonus if he brings gold back to the All-Stars and follows the plan.
Whatever the plan is.
I do not think it was to have Xsiris be his tag team partner tonight.
And I don't think it involved being tossed out of the building either.
No, highly unlikely.
And it was the knee that kind of started where we're at right now, but they've kind of strayed away from it. You know, I guess it was just a means to an end, you know, so to speak. Kandrack fighting out, pushing the man off, high on that line. Kazi go for a German. Too much size. Whoa.
Double knees in the back. Kazi doing everything he can to navigate this obstacle that is the assassin Ric Kandrack.
And I think Kazi kind of shook himself up a little bit there. And it seems like they very much do not want Royal to get the tag in, because they know once he gets rolling, he is impossible to stop. Kazi setting up in the corner, Kandrack prone. Oh, and the boot in the face.
Kandrack. Bulldog off the top. Kazi's face goes into the canvas.
And Kandrack, not used to being on the receiving end of this punishment, really needs to make that tag.
Not at all. Kandrack cannot use that leg. He's going to have major problems throughout the duration of this contest.
He's right there. I just don't think he realizes how close he is.
Maybe right. All he has to do is reach up. All he has to do is reach up to Arik Royal.
Just roll over.
Kandrack may be dazed and confused here. Royal is talking to him. Royal is saying, you're right here, you're right here. There it is. Arik Royal is legal. Xsiris is legal. Pace will quicken here with the ace of CWF Mid-Atlantic tagged in. Oh boy.
Exploder.
Drop Kazi hard.
And this is what I was talking about. Once he gets going. Oh, goodness, what a spin kick.
Xsiris standing tall.
Man, he stopped him right in his tracks.
Headed outside. Is he going to try to... Oh, he's going to... Oh, Xsiris going back to the Ultra J day. He's going to try to springboard in. Royal caught him, and It's not good for anybody, bro.
Wrong part of town, bro.
Oh, Xsiris fighting out. Good Lord.
Man, he is laying him in.
Royal clotheslined over the top. Xsiris feeling it here at Battlecade 16. Huge drop kick. He caught the assassin.
And Kandrack pushed him out of the way. He took that for Royal.
Kandrack, the illegal man. There's not that much that can happen to him in this situation.
Right, he was trying to save the legal man here.
Absolutely. These two former rivals, they headlined this very event years ago. Did Kandrack and Royal. Now they are together as partners.
There's a blind tag there.
Kazi is in.
And that was a hell of an atomic drop. Ugh, that was a little low.
A little bit. Kazi gonna try to manipulate the ace of CWF Mid-Atlantic. Can he toss this big man around? Oh! Good grief! Kazi may have just changed the entire complexion of this matchup.
Yeah, that record just stopped on the dime.
I am not exaggerating when I say Kazi may have just changed the entire complexion of this matchup.
Oh, and Kandrack from behind just clubbed him in the head. Oh, set up the DUI, maybe?
No, sir. Oh. Good Lord! He just chopped Xsiris in half.
He speared him into oblivion.
Yes, he did. Kazi and Kandrack, two men who have fought over the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship before. Ooh!
And I'm going to tell you from experience, that is awful.
You can also speak from experience. Kazi, I'm sorry, there's no other way around it. Kazi, at times, is downright reckless in there.
Reckless and kind of sadistic.
Royal is up again for the Death Valley driver.
Pushed him off this time, though. That was good.
Royal. Just dropped Kazi on his head.
Are you freaking kidding me, Car?
2, 3. Good Lord. Arik Royal pulling out something new at Battlecade to retain the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles. Kazi may be decapitated.
I have no words. Arik Royal with the poison run out of nowhere. And the champions in their first defense.
Hey, somebody in the front beat up. We don't know these forever. You done messed up. We don't know these forever.
Arik Royal and Ray Kandrack.
Kazi is down and hurt. And you gotta believe dejected. He had the chance to get out from under the thumb of the coach, but the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions are just too damn strong.
That's another victim, dog. That's another victim, dog. Too dominant. Who else? Who else you gonna bring out the wood bar? Who else you gonna bring out the wood bar? Huh? Who else wants
Hey guys, Nick Jackson here, the Young Bucks. You are watching CWF Worldwide, but you actually should be on. ProWrestlingTees.com/YoungBucks. We've got like 54 designs. Pick one of the coolest ones.
Too sweet.
Too sweet me. Boom.
The following is scheduled one fall with extended time limit per the champion's demand. Introducing first, he is from Charlotte, North Carolina, the worldwide television champion.
Charges! No, sir! Smith Garrett avoids it! Smith Garrett is teeing off on the man who cost him his Rumble title shot, Cedric Alexander. And these two are starting off already.
Yes, they are. Alexander bailing out.
Yes, he is.
It was a couple of months ago. Garrett had the shot against Marcellus King for the heavyweight championship. And Cedric Alexander, like a thief in the night, took it right out from under him.
It was a night on CWF Worldwide where two championships were at stake. Alexander defeated Chet Sterling to capture the Mid-Atlantic Television Championship. And later on in the night, Smith Garrett had his guaranteed title shot from winning the Rumble. Alexander disrupted it. Alexander made sure that Smith Garrett did not leave as champion because that would have taken the headlines away from him. It would have taken the spotlight away from Cedric Alexander's title win, and he said it. He said, I'm gonna make sure that nobody tonight is talking about anybody but Cedric Alexander, and he did it when he robbed Smith Garrett of what Alexander has now proclaimed is the Worldwide Television Championship.
Right, and he has lived up to that. He's defended all over the world since he won it. I don't know, normally I would like Smith Garrett's chances, but he is coming into this very, very emotional. And against an experienced, calculated competitor like Cedric Alexander, you can't be too emotional.
Yeah, absolutely.
He will really take advantage of that.
Not to mention, some critics, not a lot in this building, but some critics have questioned if Smith Garrett is in Cedric Alexander's league or not.
Right, and it's a similar situation to what we had with the Eatons, you know, and you wonder if he's in that same league, but at the same time, who is at Cedric Alexander's league?
Absolutely, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Smith Garrett, according to Alexander, is a regional wrestler at best. Alexander is a worldwide competitor. And as you said, he has defended this title globally and made it the Worldwide Television title.
And let's just be honest, these two are not really strangers. They've trained together with George South.
Absolutely.
I mean, these two have been in the dojos together. And he won't stay for the chop. And another chop by Smith Garrett. If he can find a way to make this emotion work for him, he's got a great shot here. And Alexander reverses the whip, hard into the corner, eats the boot from Smith Garrett. Smith Garrett heads up, and Cedric pushes him down to all the way down to the apron, and he landed very awkwardly. Oh no, and he's holding that head. Smith Garrett has a history of concussions, and I think he cracked it right on the apron.
Yeah, he may have. He may be 100% right.
Oh, and he's going for it. He is going to go nowhere else. Cedric Alexander, he always had the talent. Now he's got the mean streak. And it makes him a very dangerous competitor. And again, he's going to follow him outside the ring.
And how about the confidence of Alexander? Yes, he has defended the Worldwide Television Championship, not just in North Carolina, but also internationally. He took the Worldwide Television Championship to Canada.
The only saving grace is that he didn't hit the back of his head there.
Ooh, but it still silenced this crowd.
Which is very pro Smith Garrett, to say the least.
Alexander did take the television championship, which he now calls the Worldwide Television Championship, to Canada. He took it to England over Thanksgiving weekend. Alexander has made good on his promise, proclaiming himself a world champion and proclaiming the television title, cover, two, proclaiming the television title, the Worldwide Television title. Tonight in our main event, Smith Garrett has the chance to stand up and say, I am one of the best. I cannot just hang with one of the best in the world. I can defeat him. But right now, the champion is laying on the challenger.
And it's been a hard road to get here for Smith Garrett. And it's going to get harder with that elbow, but he's suffered some really big setbacks with injury and losses. And it seems like every time he gets the momentum, he kind of stops.
Absolutely. About 6 months ago, Alexander and Smith Garrett faced off at our summer supercard, Absolute Justice, and it was even on that night, Cedric Alexander was very verbally complaining that Smith Garrett was not in his league, that Smith Garrett was beneath him.
And the thing is, a lot of times I'll wonder if they're trying to convince himself. I really think Cedric Alexander believes that.
No, absolutely. I've known Cedric since his earliest days in the sport, and he has never been short on confidence. Garrett is firing back with passion in his eyes. Oh, Alexander avoids it. Alexander avoids it. The champion is still, he's still controlling the challenger. 540-degree kick, did not get it. Alexander angle slam. Alexander planted with the angle slam.
Man, he had to be lightning quick to dodge that kick.
That 540-degree kick from Alexander will concuss. Charging.
Yeah, Smith Garrett gets some momentum, but Cedric Alexander turns him right back around, catches him.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Just lawn darted him into the buckle.
Yes, he did, and Smith Garrett may be hurt on the far side of the ring.
And interestingly enough, now he wants the count out.
Absolutely. Alexander insisting upon more time than the traditional 10-minute television time limit. But Alexander says, I will take it however I can get it. And Smith Garrett may be in real bad shape on the far side of the ring. Referee Kevin Pierce is right there putting the count on him. Smith Garrett may be in real bad shape on the far side of the ring.
Well, Pierce is about to hit 9 here.
Count is at 9. Ooh,
so close.
Ooh, people in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium were holding their breath on that one.
Man, that was as close as it gets. And it's like Cedric Alexander kind of feels like maybe he needs to go ahead and nip this one in the bud. He's kind of drawn it out, and he let Garrett get a little bit of momentum and a little offense. And I think it spooked him. Oh, God, he may have broken his nose.
If it were a ball game of any kind right now, Cedric Alexander is running up the score.
Yeah, running up the score. Not necessarily running out the clock, though.
But he is playing to leave no doubt is Cedric Alexander. He is undeniably one of the best in the world. And he is trying to prove right here. Oh, John kicked him in the face.
Sweet fancy Moses.
Good Lord, we may see a knockout. Oh, cover. 2-2.
And he's done an amazing job of making sure Smith Garrett has to fight from underneath the entire match. Even when Garrett gets something going, he has to come from underneath.
Yeah, last week on CWF Worldwide, we saw Evan Banks knocked out by Aric Andrews. It was a controversial call. Social media has been blowing up all week about whether or not referee Eric Foster stopped the match too early, whether it was a bad stoppage. I don't want to be too speculative, but Cedric Alexander has got the power in his hands and in his knees and in his legs to knock a grown man unconscious. We may see a second knockout as part of Battlecade tonight. And he just bite the man?
He just took a chunk out of his back. What the hell?
Cover. Alexander is wrestling with tenacity. Mean and nasty.
And Alexander once had a reputation. We used to actually kind of joke about it, of knocking guys out.
Absolutely.
Giving people concussions. And it's no joke now.
This was a humble kid.
Oh, God.
Oh, just wanted to be a pro wrestler. Been part of CWF Mid-Atlantic since his earliest days in the sport. And the change in Cedric Alexander over the past few years is unbelievable. The confidence that just exudes out of this man. Oh, Smith Garrett trying something. Oh,
He was a little too slow on the draw, I think.
Oh, Alexander's teeing off.
Oh, he caught it.
Yes, he did. Oh, avoids it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dropped him awkwardly.
And the key to all that, Garrett didn't have enough to really string those blows together.
Cover. 2-2. The near falls are getting closer, Cecil Scott.
Much closer, and Alexander took advantage of all that hesitation. Garrett's had his bell rung bad here.
Yes, he has. Alexander has been one step ahead of the challenger this whole time.
And Cedric has his supporters here.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not.
Anytime you feature one of the best wrestlers in the world, that'll happen.
Corkscrew elbow!
DDT! Boom!
Spiked him!
Good Lord, cover! 1, 2!
Referee Pierce signaling.
2!
Even the timekeeper had to verify.
Oh man, that was a close near fall.
Come on, Smith. Can you put another move together? Can you get another blow? Can you win a championship here?
It's a homegrown CWF talent against one of the very, very best in the world. Oh, dear. Oh! Drop you on his head and neck. Cover. 2. No, sir! Smith Garrett's still alive.
The Michinoku driver to end all Michinoku drivers, and he's still kicked out.
Good Lord.
And Smith Garrett had it rolling, but it took one move. One big shot from Alexander. He is right back on top of this.
Talk about Smith Garrett being a product of CWF Mid-Atlantic. So is Cedric Alexander. You want to hear a statistic real quick? We are right here, right now. Oh, hold on. Could be the brain buster. Could be the brain buster from Cedric Alexander. And that will... Ooh, Smith.
Be no doubt if he hits his brain.
Ooh, Smith trying to hold on. He does. He got out of the brain buster. Cradle will do it. No. Oh, he caught the super kick. Oh, he caught it behind the ear.
A rolling soul butt right to the ear.
Cover. 2. Oh. Battlecade 16 is happening right now. A crazy statistic. Battlecade 10 on the kickoff, on the pre-show, were Cedric Alexander, Caleb Conley, Trevor Lee, and Andrew Everett.
Imagine.
6 years ago, that was the Battlecade kickoff show. Tonight, all but the injured Andrew Everett and the traveling Caleb Conley are featured in main events tonight.
And that should be a lesson to all you young aspiring wrestlers. You're not going to be at the bottom forever.
We'll go for that DDT again, but Alexander caught him. Oh, Garrett may not know where he is.
But he ended up in the ropes.
Garrett may not know where he is. Oh, God. Oh, God. Every one of those kicks is so brutal.
And another brainbuster.
Oh, God. Alexander has shut it down. What?
He kicked out in one.
Smith Garrett will not be denied. And this place has come alive.
That son of a bitch after 2 brainbusters kicked out in one.
This place has come alive. Look at the look on Cedric Alexander's face. Look at the look on Smith Garrett's face.
Oh, God.
It looked for so long like perhaps he was out of his league, but he is teeing off on the Worldwide Television Champion right now. And Pierce is going to have to break it up or Garrett will get himself disqualified.
Was that the last bit of adrenaline, though?
Another kick right to the chest.
He may have just pushed himself out.
Oh, he caught him.
He got him. He's going to drop him on the knees.
Smith Mountain. Oh, he avoided it. Oh, dear, another kick.
He caught him right in the head.
Lumbar check. Oh, lumbar check. Oh, God.
He had the fighting spirit, but it ran out a little too quick.
Oh, God. What a war.
And this is formula
1, 2, 2.
And Garrett.
2. Pierce came up. Pierce is saying 2. Smith Garrett shoulder off the mat. Good Lord.
Smith Garrett is not going to stay down.
It does not get any closer than that. Cecil Scott.
Alexander's got to put a bullet in the man's head.
Yes, he will.
And Alexander, he's got a demented look on his face.
Yes, he does. The Worldwide Television Champion, the man who made the Mid-Atlantic Television title into the Worldwide Television title, does have evil intentions on his face. Oh man. Oh, it's going to be another lumbar check.
Oh, he rolled through. He rolled through. 2. Smith Garrett is the television champion.
Good Lord, he beat him.
Oh my God, what a match.
They are throwing babies in the air in a Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
3 minutes, 20 seconds. You win by pinfall. And the new CWF Worldwide Television Champion, Smith Garrett.
Good grief! They are standing at Battlecade. Smith Garrett, the winner of the 2015 Rumble, proves that he's one of the best in the world.
Alexander protesting, but there is no doubt we have an undisputed TV champion.
television championship only goes 10-minute time limit. If you heard the announcement correctly, you heard that this match went over the 10 minutes. So
Alexander requested the extended time limit. I don't know what he's on about here.
One more time. We gave him what he wanted. You wanted it. That's what you told for.
It was over 10 minutes. I'm still champion. Make the announcement so these idiots know. Make it now. Let these idiots know. I am still the worldwide television champion. Make it. Make it.
He wanted more time. We gave him more time.
I think we have no choice. I think we have no choice but to announce the winner of this match and has achieved a dream tonight at Battlecade. Smith Garrett is the worldwide television champion. We thank you so much for joining us. Next week, in its entirety, the six-pack challenge for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Battlecade 16 concludes next week on CWF Worldwide.